The origin of world transformation. Today, the world feels malign. I wonder what happened while I was sleeping. Everywhere I look, people seem to be breaking the rules. In fact, it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that everyone I noticed was breaking some kind of rule. It seems like they feel following 3 rules justifies breaking one. They appear to selectively adhere to rules and casually violate them depending on the situation. Perhaps it's because breaking rules with a low risk of punishment feels acceptable. People, who themselves create rules, often don't fully abide by them. Only when confronted do they attempt a half-hearted justification. There's rarely logic in their explanations, merely self-centered rationalizations after the fact. Today, even I am feeling stressed by minor irritations. Perhaps it's due to the malignancy of the day. I feel slightly reckless, inclined to disregard the rules. Introspection hasn't provided a clear reason. Though I've always had a tendency toward a destructive impulse, today it's particularly noticeable. If someone were to suggest that people share an unconscious connection, and today's events were a product of that, I'd probably wholeheartedly agree. In today's world, rife with rule violations, I'm inclined to think that such rebellious feelings might naturally arise in anyone, including myself. But if I choose not to see them, these violations cease to exist. I perceive something as a violation only when I look at it. When I hear others pointing out these violations, it reinforces my perception. Ultimately, what I deem a violation is merely something that breaches the rules within my personal understanding. This world is constructed by my perception, and true objectivity is impossible. In that sense, perhaps labeling anything as a violation is just another form of self-centered rationalization. The next day. Today, once again, the world feels malign, just like yesterday. It seems nothing happened overnight. Yet today, I don't feel stressed by minor things, and there's a calmness, a gentle quality to my day. Currently, in psychiatry, aggressive behavior is classified as a disorder and considered treatable. But I wonder, if society shifts towards a more combative structure and passive individuals become fewer, would treatment targets change? Historically, sexual minorities, including homosexual individuals, were once labeled as having mental disorders and were subject to treatment. Today, they are recognized as having identities integral to their individuality. This shift happened because society collectively decided it so. What was once fixed in societal norms changed through media and administrative propaganda, reshaping our perceptions of normalcy. Only recently have I decided to live correctly, to act rightly. In doing so, I realized that living righteously feels alien in today's society, particularly in a malign atmosphere like today's. It also involves fear of other injustices. Society often favors injustice, and righteousness sometimes faces threats and persecution. Perhaps people hesitate to live rightly because they fear being perceived as different, risking hostility from people resembling their past selves. Whether the world is good or bad depends solely on my perception. If today feels malign and yet I choose to act correctly, then I become the starting point for change. As the subjective standard of perceiving this world, the transformation begins with me.